Hey everybody, Shane with you from Guitar at Work. Welcome back. Different kind of intro today. William emailed me about a week ago asking for some blues stuff because we were talking a little bit about looping, and it'd be cool to do a blues rhythm riff, which we'll talk about, and just a tiny bit of lead over top with two really easy shapes. It's imperative that every guitar player know a little bit about blues because so much of the music we listen to came from the blues way back when. So very important for sure. Let me take it. I'm going to loop this. I'm going to loop a little rhythm thing, and then I'll go through. I'll do this all very, very slowly later on. I just want to get you a sense of where we're heading with this, and then I'll play a little bit of lead over it using two simple shapes. So first, I have the Aeros Looper here, which is fantastic. I got the Beatbuddy going. I'll get that going here. And 1, 2, 3. Here's your rhythm riff. 1. So that's recording. Yeah, we'll go through it slowly. Here's an A coming. Here's a B coming. Now, check this out. Two simple shapes, okay? Shape 1, shape 2. Same thing. Same thing higher on the neck. Back down I go. Way up here, I'm gonna go. Two shapes. Two simple shapes, and you get all that lead out of it. It's a ton of fun to do. You really just have to know what frets to play these shapes on and what chord you're on in the moment. So let's go through the rhythm part and the lead part. What I'll do is I'll save the loop. I'll tell you again, I'm using the Aeros Looper from Singular Sound. I'm proud to be affiliated with them, and I've got the Beatbuddy going as well. You don't have to have both. If you don't have a Beatbuddy, you just have the looper. It's going to give you a beautiful metronome to play along with. The two of them combined is lovely as well because you get the drum sound, and you just literally plug the Beatbuddy into the looper and you get that beautiful drum sound. But in the absence of the Beatbuddy, you can still use your looper. It'll just have a nice metronome sound. So the Aeros Looper from Singular Sound is absolutely fabulous. There'll be a link below, and if you use the, promo code GAW, Guitar at Work, GAW10, you get 10% off, and it helps to support the channel. I appreciate it. I'll save that loop right now so we can refer to it later on. Easy as this. One of the things I love about it, one of the many things, is this big screen. Really cool. There we go. It's saving that. And now I can make other loops as we're talking to help practice. And I'll set up a different one here now. Get to grab a song. Yep, this guy here. I'll go to songs and I'll pull up song 1. Okay, so which is empty right now. And then I can loop later on without getting rid of the one I just did. So it's a nice big screen on it, and you can actually see the loop coming. So I highly recommend this looper. Looper is your best friend for a practice tool without a doubt. I know I'm harping on it, but it's a really, really amazing practice tool. I've got a couple of sheets here for you, and thanks for coming back, subscribing, all that good YouTube stuff. This has been so much fun to hear from all of you and all your requests. William, again, thank you for this one. I'm not sure where you're from, but I thought it was a great request, and we're doing it here today. I've got two sheets here for you. If you head to patreon.com/guitaratwork, patreon.com/guitaratwork, you can download these sheets and tons of more songs as well. It doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment on Patreon. You can just go scoop everything up and go grab those, and I'll be referring to those the whole time. I think you'll find it a whole lot easier to have them. First, I'll go through the rhythm riff. This is known as a shuffle, a blues shuffle. There's many kinds of blues shuffle. This is a pretty normal one as well. I'm going to have a first finger here on the A string at the 2nd fret. There we go. And you're looking at tab. That's on page 1 of your handout there. Page 1, bar 1, you'll see the bar number circled. The numbers, of course, are referring to the fret numbers on the string that they're written on. So if you haven't read tab before, lots of good stuff to get you going on that on the internet, no doubt about it. So I've got a first finger right there, boom. And I'm going to play 0 and 2. I'm going to play the low E string and the A string at the same time because they're vertically aligned, right? Then I'm going to play the open E string all alone. Okay. Then I'll add the ring finger to the 4th fret of the A string, and then I'll play the low E string again alone. Like, so that's a lot. Let me just go back to the top. Got these 2nd fret here, then open E, and then your 4th fret, open E again. Now pinky will go to 5, open E again, back to the 4th fret, open. Now that is more than half the song. What you did this right there is more than half of the song. So you may have to stop tape there. No shame in that. So let me do this so you get a sense of what that's going to sound like. I'm getting that percussive effect. Again, this will work just fine on your acoustic. I'm getting that percussive effect by resting my right hand slightly on the strings. Not too hard, because you don't want it to hit too dead, but it gives it that nice, a bit of control. Otherwise, things can ring out of control, right? They can really can. So I'm going to just darken that up a little bit by having my right hand resting. And as you can tell, I'm accenting when I'm changing fingers, right? That gives it a little bit of class in there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The percent sign in the next bar in your chart, on a handwritten chart, means to repeat the previous bar. So look at this. 1, 2, 3. You do that 4 times. I'll do it 4 times. This is the E portion now, folks. Bars 1 to 4, slowly, 4 times. 3, 4, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Second bar. Third bar, same thing. Fourth bar. Good. Now, you may have to stop tape right there to get that going, because you need that to really, the next bit is the same, just one string thinner. If you find it's a little bit like doing this business, or whatever it is, where you're trying to move a finger and then put I'll call it the dead stroke into 1 and 2 and 3 and. It can be tricky, but it won't take you long to get it for sure. Bar 5 is the A. So all that happens is your first finger comes down 1 string thinner. I'm now on the D string at the 2nd fret, and I'm going to play the A string and the D string at the same time. That's your 0, 2. Open A to the 4th fret. It's the same thing. Open A, pinky to 5, open A, back to 4, open A. It's the same thing as the E was, but 1 string thinner. So here it is, A slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I am giving that percussive effect as well with the left hand, almost like, think of piano keys, ba, ba, ba. So I'm pushing down. I'm not letting it ring like. That wouldn't be wrong, just choosing not to do that. To get a little bit of rockiness in there. So I'll do that. A again. Here's bars 5 and 6 slowly. There's 2 of those. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And bars 5 and 6. Bars 7 and 8 go back to the very beginning. Basically, it's back to your E. And there's 2 of those. We're back to this guy right here. 1, bar 7. There we go. Bar 9. I highly advise you stop tape there. If you're having trouble with that, get that down and add as it's comfortable for you. So this is bar 9 is a B, and I'm going to load up on what a lot of people will call a power chord. There's a 2nd fret on the A string, and here's a 4th fret on the D string. I'm going to play those 2 notes at the same time. There's your shape. Don't be tempted to use your pinky on that. If you're having trouble stretching, if your thumb is up high like that, you're doomed, absolutely doomed. You want to keep that thumb nice and low, and get your wrist down. That enables the stretch. It's okay to have your thumb over for some things, no doubt about it. He comes in handy too, but you don't want him over. It really negates your effort on the stretch. So bar 9, I've got 2 and 4 there, meaning frets, 2nd fret, 4th fret, and I'm going to play the A string alone. Now this is cool. I'm going to slide from 4 to 6. Going to use my ring finger, take them off. Slide from 4 to 6 on the A string. I'm going back to the beginning now of bar 9. Here's your power chord B. And now just the 2. Sliding 4 to 6. That's what that little gliss indicator means on the paper with an SL over top. That means slide. Here's the top of bar 9 again. And up we go to 4 to 6 slide. I'll play the 6 again. Now 4 on D string and 6 on the D string. Let's do bar 9 again. I'm going to back it up. Bar 9. Sliding. That's it. Here's bar 9 coming again. Slowly. Good. That's your B, that's your B. And in bar 10, it's the A again, but I'll do what I'll call a rhyming shape. What that B was this, in bar 9, A will be this. Sort of a rhyming shape as it tumbles backwards. So let's get that guy. Here's bar 10, last line there on page 1. We got, there's your basically the A version of a power chord. Again, open A. Now I'm going to hammer this. Little slur indicator and an H written over top means hammer. So you pick the 3 and quickly hammer onto the 4. You play the 4 again. Here's your 2, you're already there. And a 4 on the D string, meaning fret, not finger. Okay, so here's bar 10 again, slowly. Here's your power chord. And hammering 3 to 4. 4 again. 2, 2, 4, 4. That's it. That is bar 10. I'll go 9 and 10 back to back. You'll hear it again slowly. 3, 4, and 9. 10. Good. Now bar 11 is exactly the same as bars 1 and right through to 4. So that's very just like you're back at the very beginning. Bar 11. And here's your walk up. Open A, bar 12. First fret, second fret, A string. Now I'm going to grab a B7 chord. That's your B7 shape. And I think you know that one there. You're on the second fret of the A, first fret of the D, and you're on the second fret of the G, and pinky's on the highest string there at the second fret. Yeah. Let me take it from bar 9. I'll do bars 9, 10, 11, and 12 slowly. So here's bar 9, starting on the B, 3, 4, and bar 10. Bar 11, walk up. Squiggly line there means to strum. Nice slow, a bit of a finality to that. And then you go to the top, round and round to repeat. So hey, stop tape there, get that together. It's more important to have the rhythm than it is to have the lead, because without a good rhythm, it's nothing for that lead to sit on top of. So I'll do a slow play along of that. Let's do a slow play along of that. Say, I came in at 80 beats a minute today, so maybe I'll back that off. Back that off to, let's say, 64. 64, and let's just see what happens. 64. Let's go slowly together on that. I'll put the magic Beatbuddy on. Again, Singular Sound, fantastic stuff. Beatbuddy is my favorite thing in the world. So is the Aeros Looper. And if you haven't looped before, this is a great one to get. There's tons of very powerful features in it, but it also kind of grows with you. If you've never looped before, to me, it is the easiest looper you're ever going to start with, because you can actually see. You can see the loop. It's difficult to miss, like it's this giant screen, and you can see where it's going to repeat. So it's very difficult to get lost and all that. It's just wonderful. And you can click it anywhere in the bar. So if you've got 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you press the button anywhere in those 4 beats, it's going to stop the loop. Or change the loop, so you don't have to hit it right on beat 1, which is where a lot of us miss, because we're trying to play at the same time and then hit the thing right on money. So it's not like that. It's all really, really great. Again, there's links down in the description below for the Aeros Looper from Singular Sound and also for the Beatbuddy. Highly recommend both those products, but you can only have one. Either one of them is a great thing to get. And Singular Sound, use the promo code GAW10 for 10% off. Helps the sports channel. I appreciate it. And yes, I am proudly affiliated with Singular Sound, in case you haven't noticed. I really like them. Okay. So here's a slow play on at 64 beats a minute. I'll let the Beatbuddy count us in. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, bar play E, bar 2, bar 3, bar 4, 5, A again. E. E again, bar 8. Bar 9, B. A. E. Walk up. Bar 1 again, top, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And bar 3 coming. Bar 4. Bar 5 coming, right at A. And E again. Here's a B and a 1. A, E, and yeah, now it recorded all that. Fantastic. I want to talk to you about the shapes. The shapes that we'll be looking at. I'll get rid of that there. I don't need that right now. Yeah, it's easy as that. Just erase. Now, if that's your rhythm part, you should be able to do that, no doubt about it. And you'll be surprised how many songs use blues shuffles that you're learning. Good old-fashioned rock and roll stuff will do that quite a bit. The shapes, 2 of them. Now, you're going to see on page 2 of your sheets there. Again, grab those from patreon.com/guitar-at-work. Go grab those. The first shape is this guy here. I'm calling that an E shape. This is what we'll play over the E, bars 1 to 4, for instance, and other places as well. Here's your 6th fret of the D string and your 5th fret of the B string. There we go. Let's call that shape 1. Shape 1, it's split finger, meaning they're not on the same frets. That's a good way to think of it. That's shape 1. And shape 2, 9 and 9. So I'm going to take that middle finger, I'm going to drag them up to 9, and put my ring finger here on the 9th fret of the B. Okay, that's shape 2. That's it. That's all you need to do. That is shape 2, 9th fret of the D, and 9th fret of the B. Please use those fingers. You'll find it helps immensely as you're moving along. I'm going to go back to shape 1. Shape 1, I'm going to drag that middle finger down to 6, same string. Here's my split finger, meaning they're on different frets there, 6 and 5. There you go. And I'm going to go up to 9 and 9, which is I'll call a parallel fingering. That is shape number 2 that we just did. Parallel fingering meaning they're on the same fret there. There we go. There we go. And then back to shape 1. That's it. Now here's what I love about the ability to loop. Okay, it's like having a best friend that you can say, okay, man, just sit on an E chord for me. When you're learning these shapes, if you were to go all the way through that 12-bar blues that we just did, you might get lost. You probably will get lost. So if I'll set the looper up, I'm going to go back to 80 beats a minute here. And back to 80. It's as simple as dialing that up. Big juicy screen there. And I'm gonna loop the E portion of the rhythm bit. So here comes. I'm gonna turn my volume down a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, E. I'll do it twice. There we go. So that's sitting on E. It'll do that for all eternity. Well, I get my act together. Okay, what was that? Shape 1, 6 and 5. Shape 2. Cool. Shape 1. Shape 2. I just have to remember that those are the shapes you want for E, okay? Shape. All the shapes are the same for all the chords. It's just where you play them that'll be different. 6, 5 is shape 1 and E. 9 and 9. Shape 2 and E. There we go. That's cool. Now, so I've got that. So what I'll do, I'll erase. So simple as this. Doink. And that is erased. Now I need A. Okay, so A, I'm looking at my sheet here. It's 11. It's shape 1 again, but it's in a different location. There it is. The same fingering, split fingering. 11 and 10. There we go. And shape number 2, same distance away. 1, 2, 3 frets higher, and go parallel fingering. Same fingering. That is your A. Okay, that's going to work over A. And then, okay, so I want to practice that. Again, I'll set up a loop here. 2, 3, here's my A portion, A. There we go. And here's my shape 1A. Shape 2. Shape 1. Shape 2. Practice going back and forth. Slide. That's fun. So you get the idea. There, I'll just erase that. Again, we got a fresh track, and B will be the same. Now B is up here. I won't make a loop for you because you're probably getting the idea. There's a B on. Now I have a workaround here for you if you're on an acoustic and you can't get up to that. Here's a 13 and 12. That's shape 1. Same shape as shape 1 was for E and A. Different location. And I'm going to go way up to 1, 2, 3 frets higher is 16 and 16. If you're on an acoustic, you may have to leave your thumb behind to get that. There you go. Yeah, now I've written in there, that's B high, meaning the higher octave. If you're having trouble getting up that high, whenever you're above the 12th fret, just subtract 12. So here, that's 13 and 12, subtract 12 and I get 1 and 0. Okay, I'm gonna use the same fingering. So that's B low. I've written that B, the low octave of that, and here's 4 and 4. That would be shape 2. Shape 1, shape 2. There we go. So those are your 3 locations for those shapes. So again, 2 shapes, you just drag them around. Where things get a bit nutty is if you forget where they're supposed to be. Okay, that's the trickiest part, is to hang on to all of that. And I also want to, now when you're feeling pretty good about that, you can also go in between. But I'll load up my loop from before when we first joined here today. I'll just find that right here, and that's going to be my masterpiece loop right here. Boink, open that up. And now I'm going to play each of those through the 12-bar form that we did earlier when we first met here today. So let me go. I'm going to start up the Beatbuddy. 1, 2. Here's an E coming. Shape 2. Shape 1. Shape 2. Shape 1 of A. Bar 5. Shape 2 of A. Back to shape 1 E. Shape 2. Gonna go high on the B. A shape 2. Shape 1. E shape 2. E shape 1. B shape 2. Shape 1. Hold it. So options abound, right? When you start creeping around like that. Now, that assumes that you're very, very comfortable with the 12-bar form. You know what chord you're on. So there's no shame in staring at the paper that has the form, like how many bars of E, how many bars of A, and all that, until your ear is telling you. You'll play through that so many times, you'll get tattooed on your brain, so you just can't miss. And you have to listen. While you're playing these, it's important to listen to what the band is doing. You'll hear little cues and things that'll tell you where you're at. If I was you, I would stop tape there, try to get that together before we get a little fancier here. Item number 2, on page 2 of your sheet, we've got those shapes now. I'm going to put an in-betweeny. Here's shape 1 of E. Here's shape 2. You're used to that. Okay, shape 1, shape 2. I'm dragging that around. Now there's an in-betweeny. I'm going to go shape 1. Here's shape 2, 1 fret higher. And then go to shape 2 up here. Okay, let's do it again. Shape 1. Up 1 fret, just go to a shape 2. And then shape 2 on 9 and 9. So that in-betweeny is not stable. You can't stay there. It's the inevitability of that conclusion when it gets up to shape 2. So that music, remember, music is tension and release, right? And clearly, this if I play a low E string, I could stay there all day on E, no problem. I could stay on shape 2 all day long. When I put that in-betweeny in, whoa, it has to resolve. And it can resolve going up, or it can resolve going down. It just wants to go home to either one of the E's, shape 1 or shape 2. So it adds a bit of tension. You want your music again is tension and release, and the clever control of tension is what makes things really edge of your seat kind of a feel. And that the same will hold true for A. And I'm looking at item number 2 again. So here's your A. I've gone 11, 10. Here's the in-betweeny, 1 fret higher, and then 14. Same old shapes you've been using, but we're putting that shape 2 in between, 1 fret higher. So shape 2, the parallel shape, and then to its rightful home. And then E. Those numbers are written out. The B, I'll go way up high here. In between E. Backwards. Here's my A. And my E, I'll start on shape 2. Here's my B down low. So they're all over the place. Tons of fun, tons of fun. What I'll do, I'll put the looper on and I'll just goof around. And you may not be, it'll be difficult to follow and do exactly the same thing, but just try to get a sense of where we're going with that. I'm gonna go, here's my looper, it'll record this, and I'm going, 1, 2, 3, E. In betweenies, right? A right here. E, shape 2, descending. B, up high. A, backwards. working backwards, starting on shape 2. Here's your B. Top. Yeah, hey. So that is a lot of fun. It's edgier. See, no shame in memorizing a few things, you know, and having some islands to swim to. So, you know, I love the idea of the looping that, and I'll send you again to Singular Sound. There's loops in the description. There's links in the description for the Beatbuddy and the Aeros Looper, which I highly recommend. They're just amazing practice tools. It gets you used to playing with other people, essentially, you know, and supposing you miss something, the band keeps going. You got to be able to do something. It really builds your recovery skills. So thank you, William. A great request, much appreciated. I love doing the electric stuff, and people seem to be enjoying it. So please drop me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And if you head to Singular Sound, use those links in the description for the Aeros Looper and the Beatbuddy. And the promo code is GAW10. That'll get you 10% off. And let me know how you're doing with them. If you're new to looping, this is the one to get for sure. So grab your Aeros Looper. Enjoy that. And patreon.com/guitarwork will get you these sheets. And happy to hear from you if you have questions. So enjoy it, and we'll see you again soon. Share. Thumbs up really helps. Thank you. They were chromatic. Oh yeah. My A coming.